One of the left's big causes in the past several years has been so-called criminal justice reform. What does that mean exactly? Sounds like something you'd be for. Well, over the past few years, left-wing billionaire George Soros has spent about $13.4 million on district attorney races across the country in 17 states. He spent that money because it's an effective use of money. Without passing a single law, without the democratic process really working itself out, a single DA can completely remake or unmake a city's criminal justice system. It's happened across the country. One of Soros' biggest wins in recent years was the election of Larry Krasner as the district attorney in Philadelphia. So we went to Philadelphia to investigate the effect of Krasner's win on the city, and this is what we found. This is the scene outside the Philadelphia Cycle Center last winter. In broad daylight, 10 kids congregate outside the store. Then they climb up the back wall, smash the windows, dive into the building, and come out with a $10,000 dirt bike.
How much time did they get for that?
Nothing.
The victim, Vince Sanguinetti, lost thousands of dollars in stolen merchandise and even more in damage to his store. The burglar who rode off with the dirt bike was arrested, but Sanguinetti didn't get justice. Prosecutors went soft on the burglar. He didn't go to prison.
Big burglaries are usually, sad to say, more common than not anymore. Big burglaries are running about twice a month.
That's life in Philadelphia under the city's new prosecutor, Larry Krasner. Krasner is a left-wing activist who uses his position to undermine the existing legal system.
He views the system as corrupt and racist. And so his revenge on the system is that he is going to excuse lawlessness of all types.
Soon after taking office, Krasner issued a memo to his staff urging them not to enforce certain drug or prostitution laws and to defer gun cases. Even petty theft has almost been decriminalized. The consequences of all of this? Well, see for yourself. This footage of Philadelphia's Kensington neighborhood shows an open-air heroin market filled with drug dealers and addicts shooting up in public. The sidewalks are covered in trash. This photo shows a pile of used syringes just blocks from a city school. Krasner refused to comment on any of these policies. He rejected our offer for an interview. But publicly, he suggests that his approach allows his office to devote its limited resources to the most serious crimes, such as rape and murder.
The only thing he is prioritizing is lawlessness at all levels.
In fact, crime is surging in Philadelphia. In Krasner's first year as prosecutor, the homicide rate in the city rose 12%. It reached levels not seen in more than a decade. Gervais Ballard is one of those victims.
To see your son laying on a table, not moving at all, it was very emotional. And then to go to the funeral home to see your son laying in the casket, it was the worst. It was the worst thing that ever happened.
It was an easy case for prosecutors. The murder was caught on surveillance tape, and the killer confessed.
The shooter stuck the gun in the car and shot my son one time in the back of his head. If you can't tell me that's not premeditated, I don't know what, I don't know what else to say about that. That was cold blood killing. They set my son up on video.
Despite having a confession, Krasner downgraded his sentence to third-degree murder. That's a charge usually reserved only for unintentional killings. Instead of getting life in prison, his son's murderer faces a minimum of just 17 years behind bars.
The suspect, now he's sitting back relaxing because he don't have a life sentence. He have an expiration date. He's going to get out soon, or 10 years from now, or 12, 13 years from now, and we got to walk around, he can walk around and relax while my son sits lay in the cemetery. That's not justice at all. That's not.
We're sad to tell you that the story you just heard, Gervais Ballard's story, is not unique at all. District Attorney Krasner has reduced charges for several other murder cases since taking office.